And what is Malupo going to do here? Because he will know about Bizhamov, he'll know about the reputation, he'll know about the ability. He does look a bit nervous, nothing wrong with that. But he's filled out a bit the last few years, from 75 kilos to 80, Bizhamov. He's in the red, Malupo in the blue.
Round one.
Looking to try and get on that jab, Bizhamov. Long and lean. Lost to, if memory serves, Lee Hernandez in the final in Belgrade, and no disgrace in that, I think we can all agree. Little feint with the front foot, and again, just seeing if he can get a bite from Malupo, who's just trying to keep his shape at the minute and not bite on those feints. Good use of the jab again there from Bizhamov. Malupo trying to do some work on the inside. Jab, speared through it the second time. Left hand into the body was solid there from Bizhamov, turns southpaw. And it's interesting to see how he's just occupying Malupo here. And then he looks for the uppercut and the straight left hand. The feints and the lead hand are giving him plenty to think about. There's that left hand into the body again from Bizhamov. And he's dictating terms here, the Russian, without doing too much, really. Not yet, anyway. But Malupo's keeping his concentration. He knows he can't afford to give anything away here. Nice quick hands there from Bizhamov. Into the final minute of this first round. Left hand into the body from Bizhamov. And he's given a bit of ground there. I think he felt that. I think he definitely felt that, Malupo, because he backed off there immediately. Didn't really drop the elbows to cover up too much, but he backed off immediately, and now he's in a bit of bother on the far side of the ring. Left hand into the body again there from Bizhamov, and he's just tightening the screw a bit here. 30 seconds left in the round, and this is tough for Malupo. Goes down to the body, threads the uppercut through, then down to the body again. Wherever there's a gap, he's very adept at finding it, Bizhamov, and he's doing his best to cover up here, Malupo. And every now and again, he'll try and step onto the inside and get something done himself. And there goes the belt. Life-changing prize money on offer in this IBA Men's World Championships. President Umar Kremlev bringing in prize money right from the start of his tenure. I remember it being available at the World Youths in Kielce in Poland in April, May time 2021. And then it had been upped by the time we got to Belgrade later in the year. And now it's 300,000 US dollars for a gold, 150 for a silver, 75 for a bronze, $10,000 if you get to a quarter-final. 10-8 across the board there for Bizhamov, and you can't argue with that. That was very much a clear
seconds out
round win. And the split of those purses, by the way, is 50% to the fighter, 25% to the coach, 25% to the federation or organisation. So into the second round, Bizhamov starting the second round, southpaw. Maybe not quite as effective, southpaw Bizhamov, at least not yet. Malupo has navigated this opening minute of round 2 without too much discomfort. Back orthodox now, the Russian. And Bizhamov seems happy to box here. He's not being too expansive. He increased the pressure gradually in that opening round, and there he just lets his hands go midway through the second. Maybe in the second half of the round now he's going to begin to up things. Tripling up the jab. The first and the third got through pretty strong. That's decent from Malupo. Came off the ropes, landed a strong left to the body. Bizhamov just stepping into the 1-2, can box pretty effectively out of either stance. I think he's better in the orthodox stance. Pretty effectively was a little bit of an understatement. This is where he doesn't want to get caught, Malupo, on the ropes with his back square, but he kept the guard nice and tight there. And to be honest, given the golf inexperience and proven ability between these two, it would be a good achievement for Malupo if he can hang with Bizhamov for 3 rounds. That's a good strong left hand, straight up the middle, and another one. And he's just being made to retreat here again, Malupo, as Bizhamov batters away to the body. Expulsion of air there from Tevita Malupo. Just trying to cool these fighters down. It's not that hot, probably 22, 23 degrees around this time of night, I would say. A bit stiller than it was earlier on. There was a bit of a breeze whipping around when we started boxing around about 5 o'clock. But I think the fighters are very much enjoying these conditions. The health and safety of the participants in any competition is always the most important thing. Well, that's Evgeny Tishchenko in the blue shirt there, just in the VIP seats, a former world and Olympic heavyweight champion. 10-8 again there for Bizhamov, so a commanding lead going into this third and final round.
Third and final round.
And Bizhamov looking to try and use that jab again, then leads up with the hook. Be interesting to see what he does in this round. Is he going to really go after Malupo, or is he happy enough just to box out the 3 rounds? It's not the kind of fight where you think there's imminent risk of a head clash. Malupo's not that kind of awkward customer, so Bizhamov, I think, will just box, and if the openings are there, he'll look to try and take them. But I don't necessarily expect to see him really try and force anything. Give yourself 3 rounds to get used to the stadium. These fighters will have boxed outdoors before, but it's not typical. The tennis stadium's just ideal for boxing. The floor space is perfect, even for 2 rings, but when we get down to 1 ring in particular, it gives you all the space that you want, and there was space there for the body shot, and Malupo has gone down to a knee, and he's struggling here. I don't think the referee is going to let him go on And indeed, he waves it over Luka Vadalonga, and I said that he would box Bizhamov. If the openings were there, then he would look to try and take them, and that's exactly what happened. And I feel a bit there for Malupo. I would have liked to have seen him got through to the end of that, because he kept his discipline, he kept his concentration, he was trying to give something back whenever he could, but Bizhamov is one of those guys, a bit like Evgeny Kool, who we saw in the previous fight. He is an unsmiling assassin. It is all business. It is all business, and Malupo will be feeling that one for a few days, I think. And you can tell sometimes when somebody goes down whether they're going to get back up or not. And he did get back up to his feet, but there was no possibility of him being able to continue. And they're just trying to get him to get the air in there. And he'll feel at the moment like somebody's just shoved a red-hot poker through his ribcage. I've never experienced that myself, but it cannot be good. It's how one of Tony Zale's opponents described the feeling of being nailed with a body shot by the Man of Steel 50, 60 odd years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by RSC in the red corner, representing Russia, Dzhambulat Bizhamov.
So Bizhamov through, referee stopping the contest after Malupo was dropped with a kind of liquefying body shot, really. But I think he did himself some credit there, Malupo, I do, because there were some nerves there. You could see them as he was stepping up into the ring, and that's understandable, but he stuck to his task. He looked to try and keep it tight and compact, didn't want to give anything away, and in that third round, I did wonder whether he would make it through. And then he just waves that lead right hand there, Bizhamov, and then just shovels that left right into the danger zone, into that floating rib area. Slightly delayed reaction that you often see with body shots, and down he goes. And a bit like one we saw a few fights ago, you can see the pain. You can see what they're dealing with, and you're just extremely glad that it's